Let There Be Carnage. This movie is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Holy. Some movies, they don't land comedy well. This movie, it's amazing. I mean, comedy-wise. Some people aren't going to like it, obviously. Let me explain. Tonight, I went to see Let There Be Carnage, the new Venom movie, with 4 of my friends. I loved it. I'm just going to be straight honest. This is an awesome movie. They definitely upped it since the last time in terms of comedy, which I think could have been handled better in terms of whether it was PG-13 or R. But they did get some good laughs out of me, and I'm happy they did because that was hilarious sometimes. They fleshed out the villain a lot more in this. In the first Venom, Riot just kind of shows up, and he's the bad guy now. In Let There Be Carnage, Carnage is actually fleshed out a little bit better. He's not completely like a full-length character with a massive backstory. It's just like that. But he is there, and he is there from the beginning. So he's not like just some random thing that pops into existence. Like, ooh, I'm here now. Spoiler-free review here. Okay, first things first. This is the spoiler-free review. I'm not going to say any spoilers here. Skip to this timestamp right here for a review that has spoilers in it, because I'm going to talk about that. So, movie's funny. They definitely upped a lot of character stuff. It feels a little back and forthy, but it definitely is good. I feel like the fight was a little too quick. It could have been handled a bit better, but it still was good. There's a bit of a cliffhanger that doesn't need to be there, but it's still there. A lot of references here. That's nice. All in all, on my Instagram, go follow me. That's it. I gave it that I'd expect around an 8 out of 10. An 8 or 9 out of 10 on my enjoyment level. I expected around, that's it. I love this movie. 10 out of 10 in my enjoyment. As an actual movie as a whole, I'd give it a 7 or 8 out of 10, because it feels a little fast-paced, but it's still great. Yeah. I love this movie. There are some hilarious jokes. There's there's one sad part that, no spoilers, but it gets sad. And then there's a post-credit scene, which I won't talk about. But if you do watch this movie, stay for the credits. Okay, spoiler-free review out of the way. If you haven't seen the movie, click off this video right now, because I'm going to get into some deep stuff here. Are they gone? Great. Oh my goodness, what was that post-credit scene? Huh? Spider-Man? What? Okay, so, to explain if you haven't seen the movie, which I don't know why you haven't and you're still watching this, Venom gets transported to the MCU through some big orange magic, which I believe is Doctor Strange attempting to cast that big spell that, erases people's memories in the No Way Home trailer. And now he sees, Spider-Man on TV and the Daily Bugle saying a bunch of bad stuff about him, and Eddie and Venom agreed that only bad guys can be eaten. This bad stuff is convincing Venom and Eddie that Spider-Man's a bad guy and that they can eat him. And so Venom, very weirdly, licks the screen and says, bad guy. Great. I love it so much. That makes me confused on whether the big shadowy figure in No Way Home is the Lizard or it's Venom. I'm so confused. I love this movie so much. Okay, skipping past the post-credit scene, Carnage is fun. I love that him and Cassidy just beat people up randomly because they feel like it. I don't really get that Venom doesn't explain much about how Carnage came into existence. In the comics, Venom gave birth to Carnage while he was breaking Eddie out of prison. In this, Cassidy just bites Eddie's finger and pulls Carnage off of him, was Venom giving birth? And then Carnage, calls Venom father multiple times like he does in the comics, but then there's, no explanation to why he does that, or why he gave birth. Man, my hair is not nice today. Other than that, I don't really have many complaints. It felt a little fast-paced, as I said earlier. I liked Shriek, but she felt a little not that thought out. She just kind of showed up there at the beginning and got blocked off really early in the end. Pretty good pretty bad. I don't know, however you want to see it. I could understand both sides. The biggest thing I'm confused about in this movie is Carnage is breaking out of prison, right? He's ripping guards apart. He's sticking his tongue down other dudes' throats. Hold on! He's murdering people. He rips a dude's, like, insides out with his tongue. That sounds better. And, makes a tornado. He makes a tornado. He starts spinning around, and it makes a literal tornado. How? I thought he had Screech's help, but he hadn't broken her out of her prison yet. How does a symbiote make, like, a big old tornado? And it's not, like, just stuff moving around in a circle. It's a legitimate tornado in a prison. And then he rips the warden's head off. That's really it. And then he never uses that tornado move again. I like that Carnage and Cassidy aren't actually, like, perfectly symbiotic. Although they should be, because in the comics, they don't say we are Carnage, they say I'm Carnage, because they consider themselves one being. They're perfect for each other. In this movie, that's not really it. Carnage doesn't like Shriek because she makes loud noise, and loud noise hurts him. So he eventually, like, says, screw you to Shriek, beats her up. That pisses Cletus off, but Carnage is, like, maximum Carnage now, like in the comics, and he's eaten so many heads that he's, like, 20 feet tall. Not 20 feet, but he's, like, pretty big. I'd say 12 feet max. While Venom sits at his 8 feet for not being allowed to eat any, like, heads, and that makes him weak. There's also the officer, I forgot his name, I'm putting it on the screen here. He's the owner of Toxin in the comics, who is Carnage's son, and at the very end of the movie, he's sitting there with a chain around his neck, like, almost dying, I think, I don't know, and he has blue eyes, and he's talking about something weird, I don't remember. Other than that, I don't really know what's going on with that. Is that Toxin? Is that Shriek's powers going into him because Shriek had a blue eye? It's weird. It's not that much explained. I don't know why Carnage would give birth that quickly. He should have been alive for a bit longer before he gave birth. But, yeah. Great movie, in my opinion. I give it a, 8 out of 10 on terms of an actual movie, but in terms of my enjoyment, 10 out of 10. It was a great movie, in my opinion. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.